There is a deadline that is completely wrecking my sleep. It's right now 4 a.m. And if I completely nail this at my job, then nothing in my life changes. Am I an NPC? Here's the context. I work in this job, pays me well at a bank, and they have these deadlines. And if I fail to meet the deadlines, things get escalated. And the worst case scenario, I get fired. The best case scenario, nothing in my life changes. That is the best case scenario, that things would keep going the way they are going. And when I woke up today and I was thinking about it, and I thought, oh my God, am I an NPC? I'm not the main character, and here's precisely why. The stakes that the NPC stakes is that the best case scenario in the NPC's life is nothing changes. That's literally the definition of the background character. Literally. When MC does anything, even if he was born as a background character, when the MC does nothing, and if he chooses to do some stake that changes the storyline, there's so much stakes involved. If he doesn't do something, then there is someone get kidnapped, killed, whatever. His choices affect how people's lives go. But in my case, my best case scenario is nothing really changes. When I ask myself this, that was exactly the thing that was preventing me from making this video. And despite me not having a good hair, and despite it being 4 a.m., I decided to make this video because this is the only thing in my life which feels like a main character energy. I am doing something I love. I'm trying to explore how to change myself, but it's been so difficult. In my last video, which got like 1 view, thank you so much for whoever watched that. My last video, I read this book called Think and Grow Rich. You think and you grow rich. Wow. Chapter 2, Desire. They have a 6 step formula. You do the 6 steps, I put it in ChatGPT, and then you come up with a statement. You read the statement every day, and one day, boom, you become rich. Like, that was the thing. So I was talking to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT was like, "Yeah, this statement, does it look good?" Now I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, it looks good." I read it once. I read it once the next day. If I was the main character, and if I did read it once, I would get rewarded in some way. Oh, you get stats +1, you get intelligence +1, you feel your mana raising, something happens. But in my case, I read it once, I felt nothing. And the fact that I even worked on this statement escaped my mind for a couple of days until I made that video and I realized, oh yeah, I made this statement. End of the day, I feel as an NPC, the life is happening to me and I'm reacting to it. Oh, you have to do this project, deadline is coming up. If you don't do it, people get upset. Then I get afraid. Oh, if I lose this job, I have to, it's a whole survival, right? So I'm just reacting to life. But when I think about a main character energy, then the life is happening from him. Like he creates the storyline. He makes choices that decides what the storyline would be. And every choice he makes affects the story in a certain direction. I feel in my life, no matter what choice I make in my work, nothing really would change my life. I would just be grinding away. And I guess I never really felt the gravity of the word rat race until today. I just wanted to make this video, trying to like share this experience where I feel everyone's thinking that they are living a main character energy life, but in fact, they are being an NPC. And it's very hard for me to admit that because my ego feels like, no, 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 this is the right thing to do. And one thing you might say, Prem, what's preventing you, Prem? You know, you have free will, do whatever you want. It's funny when I try to do something that may be like main character energy, I feel like this intense repulsion of I'm trying to do something, but everything in my cells is like, nah, I don't feel like doing this. I might as well just scroll TikTok or Instagram, watch YouTube videos, learn more, research more, understand more before I even start. That's the best thing to do. 10 years later, here I am, read hundreds of books, and still wake up today and realize, damn, nothing in my life really changed. But this channel is going to be different. If this video even gets 5 views, then I would take the time to make more of these, how to jailbreak NPC. And I'm really passionate about how do you actually change? How do you actually change from being an NPC and going to like a main character energy? What is the change actually? What choices do I have to make? Or how do I have to think so that this transition happens? Because trust me when I say this, I feel like I'm supposed to be a main character, at least in my own life, but I'm not. Even in my own life, I'm not. That is very sad. And I think this entire society or people around you have created an environment where it's easier to be an NPC rather than to be a main character. That's it for this video. I feel like if if this is the direction that the channel must go, then I would invest everything in my soul to figure this out on how to transition. Actually, I think the truth is, I feel we are all main characters. Where, like, imagine this a game, right? You go into this game world. We are all main characters, but then you decide to do NPC jobs where you're working under an NPC and you're like, oh my god, this NPC is gonna fire me if I, don't do something. And we somehow get brainwashed into becoming an NPC, but our true nature is of being a main character. And that's why I think this transition works, because we are not actually an NPC. We are all main characters in some way. But we have conditioned ourselves with very complex mechanisms to be an NPC. Because ultimately, when you think about it, the core of it, ultimately, is that when you be an NPC, your survival is guaranteed. Well, it's not guaranteed, but that is the story. When you are an NPC, when I am successful at my job, when I meet those deadlines, my survival now becomes guaranteed. That's it. But when I choose the main character energy, my survival gets threatened. You might be homeless tomorrow. That's one thought that goes in my head. Oh, if I try to like go all in on something, I might become homeless tomorrow. Is that true? I don't know. But main character never really cares about survival. He always somehow makes it. I was reading this manhwa where a guy gets reborn into a new world, but he gets reborn into a background character, third rate villain. And the opening scene has, he gets kicked out of his dormitory, and everyone in his school hates him. So he's like, oh, I just want to survive. Goes into the woods, shivers, hunts rabbits, and slowly starts surviving. And as he like progresses, he's just surviving, but through his surviving skills increases, his crafting skills increases, his mana skills increases, makes a contact with the spirit. All the main characters are his friends now, even if he doesn't want to, doesn't even care, but the main characters are his friends now. Constantly keeps affecting the storyline. And me, I feel like I'm one of those class members thinking, oh, if I ace this exam, something in my life would change. Meanwhile, there's this guy in the woods grinding away and changing the world. I think I am that guy, but in reality, I'm not. I'm some random background character, class boy who's just there for like a background scene. That's who I am, at least now. And I think it's time to change. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.